我在前几天整理了一下一个 MCP 的文档，包含它的背景资料介绍，我们来看一下，以及它的 SDK 货币化以及一些应用。今天我们来看看怎么样去把这个 MCP 给跑起来。MCP 是 Anthropic 开发，旨在解决 AI 应用与外部工具数据源通信问题。它就是类似一个 hub，就是你有一个 server，然后你把这个 server 通过 hub 暴露给 GPT client 或者 MCP client，那它还是一个 CS 架构嘛，然后你把 client 就是一定会有越来越多的 GPT 的，包括 ChatGPT Cloud，包括国内的豆包去支持 MCP 的协议 protocol，那么他们就会根据你的选择去读取对应的 MCP server，这样我们就可以做到，就是它是一个服务于对于后端的独立开发者来说是一个比较利好的工具。它可以让你的比较实时性的服务也好、能力也好、工具也好，通过 MCP protocol，就 Model Context Protocol 暴露给产品。然后我们可以看到，呃，这边有两个比较清晰的解释。那么 MCP 就是提供 agent 一个访问工具的这样的协议。那么 A to A 呢是 Google 去提出的，MCP 是 Anthropic 提出的协议，A to A 是 Google 提出的，它是允许 agent 之间去连接，然后去协助像一个小组合作一样协助完成工作。那么 agent 就 A to A 和 MCP 之间的功能就类似于我们 A to A protocol 可以去协调多个 agent 的调用。然后每一个 agent 它具体调用呃工具 A、工具 B、tool A、tool B 通过 MCP protocol，对，是这样一个关系。对，然后我们也调研了多种不同的，调研了市面上许多文章把它一起喂给 GPT 做了一个 summary。那里面比较典型的是一个是越来越多的，包括大型的互联网公司通过 SSE 协议开放了自己的 MCP 服务，然后就是MCP 的创业指南，你怎么样去把你的工具通过 MCP 接入 GPT，并且完成一个货币化。我们可以看到呀，微信读书、高德地图都开放了 MCP 协议，以及对写代码不是很清晰的朋友，可以通过 Zapier 去暴露一个 MCP 的能力。condition。OK，我们来讲一下，就快速过一遍这个，大概有5点。那 MCP 起源就是说了是 Anthropic 去解决 AI 应用与外部工具和数据源，就是外部的 tools 和你的 data source 的通信问题，然后提供那种标准化的协议。那么我们知道，接口一旦标准化之后，类似于 IPC，那就可以去支持一个非常方便的快速规模化的拓展。这样我们就可以去构建一个生态，或者叫一个应用的矩阵。MCP MCP 的商业变现化路径主要两种，第一种叫做服务变现插件，第二个是广告凑合平台。那么服务变现插件还是说我作为 MCP client 调用你的 MCP server，我是需要向你付费的。然后第二种是机制，就是我不需要向你付费，但是嗯，但是你可以在你的内容服务里去植入广告，那么我们通过一种协商把广告进行完成变现。我今天白天看了一个出海增长，说类似的就是 GenAI 式的广告生成协议就还不是很成规模，就目前出海 包括国内互联网，包括海外互联网平台，大部分还是以传统的搜索和推荐为主。那么这种 GNI 式的服务的广告形式有部分的测试，但是还是处于非常早的阶段。MCP 与终端应用的关系。所以 MCP 其实就像我们刚刚总结了一个文章，就是 MCP 跟你无关。那么它其实说的是，跟非开发者是没有太大关系的，因为它是一个 server 的协议，面向 server 的协议。但是我们又知道 AI 可以赋能，不能说赋能吧，就是说我们可以利用 AI 去很方便的去构建一个应用，并且利用 MCP 协议给它暴露给 client。所以所以，我们也可以去利用这种标准化的接口，开发一个数据源的交互。那么 MCP 是怎么来的呢？它受到了Language Server Protocol 启发，它需要一个类似的标准化协议来解决 AI 应用与外部工具的通信问题。那么这个 Language Protocol 具体解决了什么问题呢？我们来问一下 Cursor。嗯哼哼哼哼。咳嗽怎么说的？咳嗽说Language Server Protocol 解决了编译器语言知识分离。那么，就比如我们现在用的这个 Cursor，那你可以用它来去编辑 Python、编辑 Golang、编辑 JavaScript、TypeScript、any language、any programming language you want。但是，它需要去开发一套。它需要开发一个通用的 server protocol 来去解析不同的语言。那么这个时候就需要编译器支持语言分离。那么需要给用户，对于用户来说，它就是可以理解成 client 端和 server 端。那么对于 client 端来说，就是提供给用户的interface 需要统一的开发体验。对。那比如我的代码补全、错误检查和导航，那对于 server 端就是它需要去支持不同的 language 的 protocol 的 parser。对，这种工具我们之前也写过。OK，就简而言之，它就是为了提高开发效率，提高工具，尤其是协议，与协议之间的互操作性。当你拥有一个 N-to-N 的这样的一个大规模的应用与协议的时候，你怎么样去让这些协议和应用之间能够互相以一种标准化的接口链接起来？那么我们就需要。在 AI 领域就是需要我们的 MCP，就 Model Context Protocol。那么在编辑器领域，我们需要Language LSP，对不对？那在万维网的计算机之间，我们就想到了TCP/IP 协议也是解决这样的问题的。所以我个人理解，其实MCP 协议其实类似于万维网上的 TCP/IP 协议，它可以去让工具与工具 agent 与 agent 之间互相的通信。 好，现在接下来就是三个主要的实现库 MCP Agent、MCP Go 就是 Golang 的应用，这边是CPU 也是 Python 的应用。好，我们现在来看一下，今天主要讲的是 Hummingbot 是一个链上的主动做市商的Fidi 应该是他的 co-founder 去做了一个基于 Hummingbot 去做 MCP 接入 MCP server 的一个 web coding。我今天会 follow 他的 web coding，然后我们一起来看一下怎么把这个应用给跑起来。 我们看它用了一个 UV-init 的初始仓库语句。我们来问一下 Cursor，它这个 UV-init 是什么？因为我本地的 Python 开发环境也不是这个。嗯，网络断了，怎么回事？它装了一个叫 MCP CLI 的库啊，来装一下。 我们来看一下这个库啊，official answer topics, official Python SDK, EP Python。哦，他推荐我们用 UV 管理仓库，那我们就用 UV 来管理一下仓库。来 Extremely fast Python package and project manager write in Rust。我们来安装一下，先读完，省得它装完之后会影响我们的工程。To add home local bin to your path，我们来看一下 home local bin 是不是加到我们的 path 里了。dash dash r 我们的 path 里 home local bin。嗯，嗯，加一行进去。 So we should UV init example UV 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 init example.
That's an output, like output in text. This will be can be just like a conversation where we just read the output, send another input, read the output, send another input. Well, but this guy, but yeah, he has to understand. Well, so here you can let me show you the way to define tools for Pydantic AI. See that here you have roulette agent as a decorator tool. So to this agent, we are going to add a tool to this, right? So what happens with this is like for each AI agent that we would like to create or so, we will have a predefined module of tools, and we can probably grant access to those tools to these agents, right? What's the difference with MCP to this? Is like really similar actually. The main difference is that it is not only tools. You can have resources. I don't know what other things, but model model context protocol. I think that you have like prompts, tools, resources. Um, yeah, resources. Yeah, resources more for databases, PDFs, all that stuff. Prompts is like to have predefined prompts there. Tools that this is like the ability to have tools. The same. This is what we are going to build mostly. Sampling. I don't know what is sampling. Roots. Also, I don't know what it is. Well, transport also. I don't know what it is. I only know that maybe it will be useful for us having resources and tools. So why, and this is to answer the question of Paul or Gulam, how MCP can be um, MCP can be good for Hummingbot, or how we can use it for Hummingbot, right? So I think that the it is well known that AI is going to take over a bunch of things, and I think that one very cool thing that we can use AI for.
我们来看看他提到的这个 model context protocol。因为 MCP 协议是 Anthropic 发明，所以，嗯、我们可以看到搜索引擎第二个就是 Anthropic 自己的网站，然后第一个其实是 SEO 排名，第一个是 GitHub 它自己的。那么我们无论选择 GitHub 里面调整，还是选择 SEO 第二名，都可以导航到 Anthropic 到这个 MCP 的官网上来。那么我们可以看到。嗯，它分个用户导航，为什么我们需要 MCP？grow list of pre-built integrations that your large language model can directly plug into general architecture。这个应该是流传的最经典的。那么就是我们的 MCP client，Cloud IDs tools 可以直接接入 MCP ABC，并且可以接入 tools 和remote server 和我们自己的 data source。那下面现在主要分为四个部分，第一部分教你怎么开始，那主要分为server 端和 client 端。那 server 端就是我们可以去实现挂载文件系统 PostgreSQL，就是我们的数据库，我们的 SQLite 轻量级数据库，也智能数据库。Google Drive 我们的网盘，然后 Development Tools 就是它可以连接 GitHub、GitLab 和我们一起协同办公的 Slack，以及我们的 Sentry 的这个检索和分析的报告。那它可以去连接 Web Browser Automation、Productivity and Communication，可以连接我们的生产力和沟通工具，and Specialized Tools。Official integrations，呃当然了，就是随着 MCP 的越来越流行，那么大部分的 B 端的公司都会把自己的服务通过 MCP 的接口暴露出来。那这就类似于在我们的没有 AI 的时候，大家都会用 API，比如大家调用 OpenAI 的 API，那大家那每个公司都会把自己服务的一些能力通过 API 的形式暴露出来，比如说我们的交易 API，比如我们支付的 API，比如我们嗯。对，抖音电商的上品下架发货的 API，Community Highlights Docker。那我们可以看到，云服务、云原生主流的后端系统都可以通过 Community 来，都可以通过这些就已经，这些云原生架构和服务已经支持 MCP 这样的一个协议，那么说明这个协议已经做好了被逐渐大规模采用和在生产环境进行验证的准备。那么下面是 MCP Server 在 Cloud 上使用那你需要加上一个配置，然后这个配置里面的参数就是Server GitHub Token GitHub Personal，这是 Server 的配置 Token。然后下面来看看 Client 端 Example Feature Support Matrix。 client client cloud code client这一行是 client MCP client 的列表。那么 resources prompts tools sampling routes nodes，我们可以看到 client 就是 cursor 上比较流行的 resources tools copilot MCP fast agent fast agent 没有听过。但是似乎它上面几个功能，resources 就是连接到你的数据库，prompts 就是你可以去制定你的 prompt 模板，对吧？不知道应该是 tools 应该是大家都支持的，sampling routes 不知道是干啥的，MCP agent rule code VS Code 开源跨平台客户端 AI 助手下一个就是怎么样去通过文档去 build MCP Model Context Protocol。For example，我们大概率其实是除了 Fedi 这个 Hummingbot 的 MCP 之外，我大概率也会实现一个我自己我自己托管的一个 PostgreSQL database 的一个 server，因为我们主要解决的它带来的一个效率提升场景是，我后端程序员和我们的产品经理往往需要为用户的某个特定的数据服务提供大量的查询和需求验证、编写、测试过程。那么，如果我将我的链上，因为我之前一家公司在一家 Web3 公司嘛，那么我如果我实时解析了 on-chain protocol 的 event data，并且把它 save 到 PostgreSQL 里，然后我去 serve 这样的一个 circle 和这样的 on-chain scanning server，然后我把它暴露成一个 MCP server，那么再去集成到 cloud，集成到对应的客户端里，那这样的话我就可以。那理想情况下，我的所有的使用方就可以通过 GP 可以方便的去访问。Working with cloud best practice，working with cloud start with core functionality first. Ask explore any parts of the code you can't understand. Have cloud help you test the server and handle edge cases. Can help implement all the key MCP features. 我大概率也会集成在 cloud 里面。Tool definitions, prompt templates handle, connection and transport setup, best practice breakdown。那么我们去 building 一个 MCP server 的 best practice，我们需要 break down complex servers into smaller pieces, test each component thoroughly before moving on. Keep security in mind. Security 是非常重要的。Document your code well for future maintenance. Documentation 的能力 is important. Follow MCP protocol specifications carefully. 最后一句不懂什么意思？Debugging，我们怎么样 debugging？我们有一个 MCP inspector 去检查我们的交互式的 debug 我们的接口。Develop tools, server logging, viewing logs using Chrome DevTools, indirectly inspector。 那下面我们就要按照这个 best practice 去 build，然后去参考 Fed 的视频。现在是12点，我们最好是你可以 build 到半个小时，把 core function 给写完，然后 core architecture。Core architecture review. Let's see server process, MCP server, client. And today we plan to build MCP server for almost half hour. That's great. 我们用 Python transport layer。这个我在公众号文章上有看，说这个传输层有两种方式，一种是叫 STDIO，那么标准输入输出流，一种是 HTTP 的 SSE。这个 SSE 最早这个协议，其实在 ChatGPT 早期出来的时候，它就是SSE 这种工作方式，那么它是不支持多工通信的，它只是单工通信。就意味着我的一个连接只能服务于一个客户端。那么 SDIO 标准输入输出流这个，呃，我其实比较少在网络传输中看到，一般是在设备里我们应用程序和这个硬件设备去沟通的时候，和操作系统沟通的时候，会去使用到这个标准输入输出流。我们来看它们的区别啊。那么 ideal for local process 理想是针对于本地化处理比较理想。Post for client to server messages. Use as server sent event. Message type request without others. 好，research 结束，开始 live coding。
is to interact with our systems in a more easy way. So if I think how we can interact with with an agent with Hummingbot, I can for our controllers. For example, we have a strategy. We would like to use an agent to create a configuration. We would like to use an agent to understand what's the current state of our bots, and we'll probably want to use an agent to deploy bots. So what we can build here is an MCP. And this is this graph can be extended as I can also do like this: MCP server 1, MCP server 2. So these things are going to be like kind of replacements to the tools, can be or not, are going to be other tools that are going to be available for the agent. So let's imagine that we create this agent that we give access to the MCP Hummingbot server, right? What are the things that we can give access to the agent right now? Let's say that we can give access to tell me the accounts balance, or the accounts that I have connected, the balance for each account, or well, just the available strategies to run, create a strategy config, deploy a bot with certain configs and get status of the bots, right? So this is probably what we can build with the Heimbot MCP server. And basically, I think that the best way of doing this is to code a very simple MCP server that interacts with the services that we have already developed. That in our case is more like backend API thing as cursor, but uh, so okay, UV
UV
init.
init.
No, UV init will UV init. Let me see if I can open this in cursor. Okay, I have this by a project. Okay. So we have the project up and running. Now let's run. We need to install UV install. Let me see. Where is it? I got here. UV, this one. Let's run this command. Now, UV.
A
Oh,
O
that was a simple issue. Okay, now we have everything that we need. Let's create a simple main.py that we're going to use. And let's see what's the basic command, fast MCP.
Arrow.
Okay.
The request Python version doesn't satisfy
Desktop, I don't have
any
cloud desktop.
depends on
To use
you
cloud desktop, I have
can
to pay
group that request
or
unsatisfiable. If you want to add package regardless of the failure resolution, oh, the Python version is error, so we need to change another version of Python. Let me check. It says 3.9. No solutions found. So we need to update our Python version. So now we should create another conda list. We can list how many Python environment in local development. Now we create a MCP environment for Python 3.3. Okay. Activate this MCP environment. Okay, okay. UV run the UV add. What? Mm-hmm. We need to recreate the UV. We need to delete the changes. UV run the UV init. UV init. UV add MCP dex tool. UV.
I'm not paying any pro subscription of LLMs. I'm not paying I'm not paying any pro subscription of LLMs. I'm not paying OpenAI. I'm not paying anything. The only thing that I'm paying, well, that uh, Camp is paying is Cursor, but I'm not using it. I'm using mostly PyCharm. And Copilot is free for being a contributor, so we are very cheap here lately. Let me see if this is something important. This is interesting because I don't know how it works for development. Um, because what? um, This is interesting because I don't know how it works for development. Um, because one thing that I don't know exactly that we are going to understand like right now is if the MCP runs like an API or it's more like
The MCP runs like an API.
the thing that is using the MCP can run that code. Uh, that is going to be something that, because these specify dependencies for deployment and development, is like, I don't know if that, and also it's like overriding that MCP a lot of times. So it would be good to understand like that if something that runs by itself, or I don't know. But well, let's copy a quick start and let's see what it's actually doing.
Copy with start. We should switch the proxy to California, or the cloud AI will ban our account. Or the cloud. Yeah, I don't have any pro accounts, so let's continue to code.
So if I run, I need to run. Let me see this MCP.
We copy this file.
Dev server. This is server.py instead of main.py. Main.server. Yes.
I would leave for a while, get some water. We should rename the servers. Rename the file name. The file name. We could see there are two main functions: add, get, greeting. Rename this.
I don't know. MCP dev server. It's like
We need to run MCP dev.
this.
Install the MCP server. No MCP.
UV run. It's like MCP dev server. It's like this. UV run. MCP run. MCP.
Wait. If we run MCP. Run a MCP server.
Usage MCP. like this would be. Let me see. It seems like it's running. Okay. Now let's see if how we can interact with it. Uh, let me see now. Is also let's see if cursor can cursor settings. How is cursor settings? Because here MCP add a new cursor. Also let's see if cursor. Also let's see if cursor can cursor settings. How is cursor settings? Because here MCP add a new let me see how I can interact with this. This is the part that we're going to learn together. If no one knows, will be good that tells me how to do it. Direct execution, or let me ask Cloud. Let me see, Cloud. Okay, let me run. Okay, good one from Jonathan Wagner. Cloud for Mac. Yeah. Okay, now we are here. Okay. My question is how I install, because uh, here says MCP install. I think the docs here say you can install this server in Cloud.json until here says what? My question is how I install, because uh, here says MCP install. I think the docs here say you can install this server in Cloud.json and interact with it right away by running this. So if I run this,
This should be a run. We need to run UV run MCP and run the command MCP run server.py to run the MCP server.
No Python executable was found. But this works. Oh no, now it's not working anymore.
Let's us have a try. Demand the video field. We have a try. Cloud app not found. We need to install cloud first. Cloud apps, cloud apps, cloud apps, cloud apps, cloud apps, cloud apps. Download cloud for Mac, Mac OS. Mm. Wow, the net speed is so fast. I need to rerun. Terminal. Yeah, be cloud not found. It started. Yeah, we succeed at server demo to cloud config. Let's check. Here is the server.
Let me see. Activate on this command. Module not found. Now, added server. Now I was able to do it. So what I did, just to summarize, because I was like trying to do it. I just created. I was trying to do this configuration for cursor that in a second I will do it too. But the first thing that I was trying to do was to follow the docs here. I just initialized this. I installed this dependency in a new environment. I also installed Pydantic because it was failing without Pydantic. I copy this thing and I just run this MCP install server.py that it says that Claude will be able to talk with the server that I just wrote. So I don't know if there is a chance to see here the MCP servers. If someone knows where to check the MCP, or let me ask, what MCP servers do you have access to? Let me see if it recognizes. Or maybe it says here, successfully installed demo in Cloud app. Let me check the chat. Lately, I saw MCP server that submit prompts context. For local development, you have to edit the config file somewhere. Register your MCP directory location. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Setting dev console. Let me see. Install is installed. So let me see if I need to run it. Installing wheels. Maybe I can close Claude and open again. Up. MCP demos, UV. Okay, now at least we have some things. Open logs folder. Let's see the logs. Some we. Okay, now close Claude and open again. Maybe I can close. Maybe I can close Claude and open again. Up. MCP demos, UV. Okay, now at least we have some things. Open logs folder. Let's see the logs. Uh, uh, edit config. Yeah, what config should I edit? Edit config. Run with MCP. Edit config. Run with MCP. This is a config. Should I add Pydantic here? Or how can I? Let me ask this. I'm trying to run this MCP server with cloud desktop. You can you where is possible to use the environment that I'm using that I created here are the width args of the M. Maybe this width is at the dependencies. So probably I can just add Pydantic. That's the other one that I added before. But yeah. Uh, Info raise. What if I also want to add like Pydantic? Maybe I can just add here like Pydantic. Um, let's see if it works. This is for scrubbing. Let me see if this works. Yeah, but what I think that it's actually doing this. Oh no, shut down now. What I think that this is actually doing is trying to run the server for me. Demo could not connect to MCP server demo. Failed. It's a pain in the ass.
Guys, you don't run this server.
Let me pass this. Uh, mm, mm,
Woohoo. Failed again.
mm, mm. If it's a path of UV, I don't think that is this, but try again. Okay, no more errors. Are we connected? What MCP servers are available? Oh yeah, one MCP tool, add to numbers. Well, I have this tool, but it didn't recognize. Can you tell me what is to pass to? Let me see if it's using the MCP. Yeah, nice, nice. Can you first? Let's try again. I don't think that is. If it's a path of UV,
Cloud desktop config. Cloud desktop config. Edit config. Open with cursor. MCP kernel with
Mm, 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 mm. If it's a path of UV, I don't think that is this, but let's try again. Okay, no more errors. Are we connected? What MCP servers are available?
what MCP server are available?
Oh yeah, one MCP tool, add two numbers. Well, I have this tool, but it didn't recognize. Can you tell me what is two past two? Let me see.
Can you tell me what is 2 plus 2. Allow tool from demo. Allow this chat. 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Break this down. 5. Can you tell me what is 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5? Can you tell me 5 plus 5? You verify using the add functions through yeah, it can using the add function apply the add function to many parameters some using zero add function. Okay, see.
If it's using the MCP. Yeah, nice, nice. We created. Yeah, it's this hammer. So to make more numbers is this just to summarize for the ones that enter, what I have done is I did a brief explanation of what I think that is MCP because as I mentioned, it's the first time that I'm coding this, but I know conceptually what is. What I need to do is to download Cloud I think that is really good because if Claude is with AI and you just pay a subscription, you can use it for a lot of things. It will be okay to pay for that. And if it lets you control the bots, what a best UI to use than Cloud Desktop, right? Well, so the command, the error was that I was using command instead of just putting UV here. So that was the first error that I found. And another thing that will be good if someone wants to look at and here will be really nice that these dependencies like inferred from the PyProject.toml. Research about to do it direct hello from YouTube. Take example. Let's see what numbers. So clock two numbers and returns the sum of these two numbers. So Claude, well, yeah, Mario Jefferson she's that our protocols are a lot of things that we did to improve it. Now this or how it works. Use stuff if it's possible. Going to use the and here we have. Let me see. This is starting. Let me start closing a few things. By term. AI has um, and stop bots, see the active containers, see the images that you have available, all that stuff. Let me see the chat. Configuration environment. That will be interesting.
今天的直播就到
Shivang,
这里，我们
the
下一
way to
期
run
再
it or
播。
access it,
今天就不
if you
播
if you
了。
run it from source, it will not be available. So you need to run it from Docker. If it's running in Docker, you can access in the local host as you did before. Well, so we have this Docker management thing. We have the files management, the broker messages. We have market data. We have the back testing. We have a bunch of like routes to access. Like for example, manage credentials shows us like the account state. Let's see the account state. Let's try it out. Okay, so it tells us I have this amount of units of Bitcoin, this amount of units of Doge. Well, so it tells me like the units that I have for each of the tokens that are in my account. So well, basically we can get a little bit of information like account state history. Let's see. This is like a list by timestamp of the inventory that I have. Well, there are a bunch of things that you can use from here. And another thing that we can do is to get the control configs. Maybe it's failing because of. Okay, we need to figure out why that one is not working. But no, well, yeah, I don't have any control config up and running, so I need to add them. But well, these are things that we are going to start doing right now. Let me copy the controllers again because I was doing a bunch of modifications. Add what? Bots controllers here. Okay. Add. Okay. Well, for that we are going to use this. As I mentioned in Kwanzaa, we have in the core a few services, and one of those is the backend API client. So what we have in this backend API client, a bunch of routes to interact directly with the backend API client, right? So let me copy the client base. Well, let me copy everything. Here, what is here? Let's copy services and just, I'm not going to use DARP. I'm not going to use this one. I'm not going to use this one. nor this one. MongoDB, no. Just this one that has AO HTTP. UB add AO HTTP AIO. Yeah, HTTP. Okay, we have that dependency now. That's the only dependency that we need. Pandas 2, UB add pandas. Okay, HTTP AIO. Yeah.
HTTP UV at HTTP.
HTTP. Okay, we have that dependency now. That's the only dependency that we need. Pandas 2, UV add pandas. Okay, from services. Okay, we also need to install Hummingbot. This is going to be complex because I'm currently working on the Hummingbot upgrade. Let's see where we are using this. Okay, it's for run back testing, so let's remove this. And then when we upgrade the dependency of Hummingbot, I will improve it. I promised. Pandas, PD that. Okay, we are not using pandas. So it was all fake. Client base is the only thing that we are using. Okay, so now that we have this, let's ask cursor to let's create a new one. And let's say I want to add the following tools to my MCP server using the client of backend API clients. So the first tool that I want is get account state. The second tool that I want is get candles, say, get candles, get real or get candles. Yeah, get candles. The third tool is get active bots. Then I also want to list controllers, list controllers, and list controller configs. This one is the one that I want, I think. I know. This one is interesting. Let's call it Bollinger B1. Oh, the pi was the error. Let's see. No, this is for getting the controller. Yeah, no. And these controllers, like what are the parameters that I need to pass? Probably I can add that route. All controls. Yeah, probably we can add that route. Get control config. Let's add like get control config. This will be like files. Manage files. List scripts. Love script config cast. It will be router get And how we call it here, controller. Oh, that one is already there. I think that is redundant, this. I think that this is redundant, but I don't want to type down, turn me inside down, down. Yeah, well, but that's something that we can do later on. Oh no, let's do it now. This would be router get controller config Pydantic. Then I will review it because I have to review it for this. But yeah, let's add a very simple one. This will be let me see, this one of those scripts. Let me add the same one that is static method def load controller. How I call it here. Inside out. Both controllers replace. Okay, no. This is not like this because we also need to. This is control. Let's simplify. Controller type is str. Controller name str. This will be controller type. Controller name. This is going to be inheriting from a subclass of
啊，今天就到这里吧，累了累了。我们把刚刚写的代码保存一下。嗯，